Jingle your keys and get in gear with a car loan from ACB. Drive away with a loan that fits you. Get up to 100% financing and 10 years to repay on a new or used car. Plus, get a pre-approved credit card. So rev up and get in gear with the Simply Smarter car loan. Call or visit us or go to acbonline.com for more.
ACB Caribbean, simply smarter banking.
Jingle your keys and get in.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Sports with Mandela. As usual, we start with the quote. Time is not refundable. Use it with intention. Morning, Taddy, what's up?
Good morning, Earl, man. Pretty good morning to everybody. And plenty win this week, boy. And we have this big game coming up today. Finals of T20 something or the other, and AB T20. And we plan to stream it today live from Liberta, where ball beef, that's what they call it. Give the people the right name, ball beef. And hope the weather cooperates. When they put the hairs, the covers on, when they left there about something to 6.
Right.
And then it's still raining, you know what I mean? So I hope they can get in the game in this little new stuff to try out. You know, and hope it works well for them. You know, so when it comes to cricket, you know, we guys support cricket.
True.
Sometimes I support the personnel, but I was giving a last joke about that. I started laughing. This morning, I go on Facebook and I see congratulations to some guy named Warrington or something like that. Warrington, what's your name?
General Welcome.
West is vice captain. I say, wait, why can't he name anything now? Okay, he can't make the team good. He can vice captain.
Well, I thought
even the captain, can't make the team.
I'll talk about that a little later with Bunks. You know, Bunks is a former captain, so he can travel.
I was saying, Earl, captain usually man that can command the place in the team.
True.
That's I don't know, but he was alone. There's new car the Bunks and new technology, so. They don't leave it alone, you know. He didn't carry technology, people. I don't know. I ain't no cricket. I know technology. So you have some special guests today. I can't say special guests again. And then I tell you what, then I saw special, guess what? I'm getting some news. I'm in the gym back away 40, you know. I'm going to the gym and say, you know what's so bring this boy Bunks in here and he's carried down to the gym of 40. He had over 20-something years ago out of town. Long guy, long guy. I was a kid. I would tell you, can you imagine you see the gym with them? You know what I mean? Try to get like a strongish. You know what I mean? So I know back in the gym again, for just nearly 2 months old with my son. He's too fat. So I get in the gym to check out some weight. And at the same time, it benefits me, so I'm complaining. But in the juice, so special guests, guy, you would have played with them at factory. And you know, like the two of them, you know, I would job one to pick us, two of them new win jobs. So at one time, 3 new win jobs. Okay, you know what I mean? You had the Bunks in the TFE and the Rabbi. You know, so my boy all can't do some work.
Well, let's say good morning to our co-host, Kai. Morning, what's up?
Morning. Happy to be in studio again. Second week in a row, so Taddy can't complain about that. I did some running this morning,
wow. So you got gymnastics? You ready for gymnastics then?
Yeah, I'm ready for the gymnastics. But I'm looking forward to this morning discussion, and hopefully, we have a fruitful discussion as usual.
Well, let me say good morning to Bunks in Sylvester Joseph. Morning, how are you doing?
I'm good. Always a pleasure being in the presence of good people.
And let me say good morning to debutant, Kerry Axtell, Jeremy. First time.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Mandela, Taddy, Bouncing, and your co-host. Well, I'm supposed to be the co-host.
That's right. That's right.
I'm supposed to be the co-host, but I want to say it's a pleasure to be here. As we sat today, I was reflecting when he called me. You know, what am I going to say? As Taddy mentioned earlier, that he started us in the gym and stuff like that, taking us to the gym. But we'll dive into that as the discussion continue. You know, it's always a pleasure to be among Taddy and yourself and Sylvester.
Nice.
That's where my foundation started, and that's where we are right now. We're going to talk about that later.
Same here, man. I want to say good morning to our special guest, Banky Banks.
Yeah, right, yeah, man, love.
Arden.
Oh, Mary Banks.
Good morning.
Banky
Good
Banks.
Yeah, man. Good morning,
Mo-
Kerry. Good
morning.
Bouncing. Good morning, Teddy. Good morning, Mandela, and the lovely young lady on your left. Remind me of your name again, City.
Terry, same here.
Kaisha.
Nice to meet you.
Banky, she daddy used to out you every minute. Her father used to out you a lot. Cleve Joseph.
He plays against Johnny. He plays against Cleve.
Okay.
Maybe Banky's that long.
Well, I mean, I think probably 1 year in Angola, but
Yeah.
2015, I think I played against him that time. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, Banky Banks, Omari, Taddy said, talk about Banky Banks. Omari, tell me how you get started playing the love of the game, playing cricket.
Well, first of all, like I said, big up to
You can tell him some more, Alvin.
Kerry. You guys hearing me well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, nice. I said, first of all, I say good morning to the guests, Bouncing, Kerry, Taddy. And even before I started about myself, I like to say I always heard about Bouncing and Kerry. A lot of the Antiguan cricketers talk about Taddy. And I think, maybe, Taddy, I'm not sure, you can let me know. I think probably we met a couple of times, but I always heard great things about you and the work that you've done with so much of the Antiguan cricketers who came up, of course, in particular, Bouncing and the likes who went on to play international cricket. So big up to you, Taddy, and yeah, good to see you still. Seems like you're still active around the game, right?
He retired now, actually.
You retired? Okay, well, kudos on the great job that you've done so far. Well, for me, just to talk a bit about myself in terms of cricket, for me, I started playing cricket, I would say maybe around 8 years old, because before that, growing up in Angola, for some reason, a lot of my brothers and my cousins, they spent a bit of time in the US, so I started actually playing baseball before I started playing cricket. And at the age of, I would say about 8 years old, maybe 7, 8 years old, my uncle Val, who was, of course, a past captain of Angola cricket team, who was involved around cricket, I would spend a lot of time by him because my father sometimes would be on the road playing on tour. And my mother at some point in time as well was away in university. So my love for cricket kind of really started one playing cricket by his house with my neighbors, Kiel, and in school there was a primary school cricket competition, national by primary school competition. And one of my best, you play baseball, or you don't come down and play cricket. See, at that time I had never played cricket before. That's the crazy thing about it. A lot of my friends did. And from the first time I went to play cricket, and of course I could had a hand-eye coordination, so I could hit the ball and bowl and stuff like that. And then from that time, it really just became an obsession. I think anything as a young person growing up, anything that you do that you're kind of good at, you develop a love for it. And then from that time onwards, it was just really me just trying to find out everything about cricket. Of course, the heroes of West Indies cricket, whether it be the Viv Richards, Richard Richardsons, the Brian Lars, Curtin Ambrose, Kenneth Benjamins. I mean, all of the guys who were part of that current West Indies team became my idols. So for me, I like to say one of the biggest thing that kind of inspired me to want to really pursue cricket as a career was in 1995. I was about 12 years old, and my uncle Val took me to my first test match in Antigua, West Indies versus Australia. And after the game, I was able to go onto the cricket field, ARG, and just soak up the match. I remember Richard Justin took a one-hand catch in the slips. Never forgot that catch. He dove to his right. I can't remember I'm guessing it could have been Boone he got out. But I just remember watching and observing the game, and me telling myself at that age that one day I have to play for West Indies. You know what I mean? It was just a dream of mine. So that's kind of, I would say, how it started. A lot more can say, but I guess as the conversation continues, I could speak a bit to that.
True. And in terms of you guys, I know you guys just have Kerry and Bongs, and you play against Omari while he was playing for Anguilla. What was he like as a player playing against him, or as an opponent? Axel?
Well, we first met each other playing on the 19. Playing on the 19 together against each other. I always observed how technically skilled he was and how much he loved the game. Every time, before every game or every practice, he always practicing, always batting. He's always hitting the ball. He loved to bat. I know he got selected in the West Indies team as a spin bowler, but Omari Banks loved to bat. He loved to hit the ball. He was like a shot in the ball.
Okay.
Sometimes after when we got selected for the same team, he was sometimes I remember the skipper Sylvester Jones have to tell him put on the bat. Omari, he always wanted the bat in his hand and somebody bowling him. So he was always working on his game. Not only that, he's very disciplined. So he eats properly. Trained. So I think he admires me a lot because I used to get up early before the rest of the team, so and do my own thing before the coaches maybe have practice and stuff like that. And Omari Banks used to join me, so we used to hit the beaches. Our camps sometimes used to be in Nevis, and myself and Omari, we hit the beach running on the sand, and then we will have competition and whose physique is the fittest. So, but cricket for us in those days was having fun. And not only having fun, but entertaining our fans. We like to please the fans. We like when the fans enjoying good cricket. And not only that, we have good camaraderie among each other. I mean, we want to see each other that does well. And that's the beauty about playing with Omari, you know. He used to encourage me. You know, I encourages him. Because sometimes we know what's our strength, but sometimes you need somebody to maybe highlight what you're doing wrong during the game. You know? Even with Sylvester, I can remember sometimes, you know, as a fast bowler, you know, hitting the deck. You know, and Sylvester used to say, Kerry, I'm fast bowler, you know. Run in and hit the deck. I remember playing a game. I remember I was 15 years old. I got selected for Lee was under 19. And I can remember this guy from Trinidad, he was, I think, the captain for Trinidad. And he was supposed to be selected for they had him earmarked to be selected for the under 19.
West Indies side.
West Indies under 19. And Sylvester said to me, Kerry, I don't want that guy to get selected. I want to knock him down. I can never forget that. He said, Kerry, never knock down a man. I'm fast bowler, just like that. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And he said, run in and let go the ball, bend it back. And when I finish, the guy drop a ground. And when I walk back to my map, every understand is telling me go and see what's happened to the guy. But that time we were taught to be aggressive. You know, show no compassion. So I can never forget it. We used to encourage each other, and we used to have very good camaraderie among each other. Playing in those times in the team with these guys, we were like family. We see each other all the time, so we were like family.
I want to pick up on something. Omari, I had to step out the room for a little bit. I heard Earl asking his rhetorical question of how it started. But I want to believe it started by your uncle encouraging you, Val Banks. You remember Val?
He said that.
He said that.
Okay, I was inside.
Yeah,
I played against Val, so I know Val very well. As a matter of fact, when I came to Antigua in 1979, I stayed by a family place too. I stayed right by the house, just not too far from the park. 1970, I stayed there with them, and they were very nice people. I can remember that. But had I known that they had a farm in Antigua, maybe wouldn't come to Antigua. I had a Lake and Kentish connection.
Yeah, probably all over there.
You know, had I known that, I would stay in Antigua. Angola is such a nice place.
Yes, it is.
I love it. You know what I mean? So when I kind of call that, I must tell you something, you know. I'll give Earl and then kind of joke. I scored the first century Webster start in Leeward Islands cricket. And when I wanted to beat Antigua, I said, "Tar, I can't get out."
You scored the first entry?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice man,
So
nice.
I see, and when I wanted to beat us, I said, "Tar, fellas, we can't lose." So I never get it out. I never get it out. So
What year would have been?
that was 1979.
Banking a Barnett banking.
1979.
But yeah, man. Let me just say to follow up on what Kerry and said, and then leave the Bunsen. Just that Kerry and Bunsen, like to tell you the truth. Well, first I'm gonna start with Kerry, then I'm gonna go to Bunsen. Kerry has always been somebody that I've respected and loved, one as a cricketer and as somebody who's disciplined and hardworking. And I think me and his spirits are always gelled really well, just because of the mutual respect. And I mean, I'm just proud to want even to look at him. You know, everybody's just before I came on the Zoom and watching him and watching myself, and I said that we've gotten a little bit older, but we just got the same spirit. And I think that's very important and that's key. But it was definitely a joy to play with Kerry and just to learn a lot. As I said before, in team sports, you gotta lean on each other for support. And we know cricket is like a game of life. You got ups, you got downs, you got disappointments. And in the area, for the most part, where we played, the cricket was, I should say, the tournaments were so short. So you had to make sure that you're able to maximize even the short time frame. And so if you got a 5-6 match tournament, you got to make sure that you're in peak condition, peak performance, peak form. And that was always a pressure. I think we helped each other and we supported each other in that way. And in regards to Bunsen, I think Bunsen was always, I think from youth cricket, was always one of the people who stood out. I remember the first time at 11 years old, 11, 12 years old, I went to my first under-19 competition in Nevis. I didn't play a game, but I was part of the team. I was like Alex, Leon, and Bunsen, I think you at the time was maybe about 14, 15. And he was always somebody in the region who was touted to be like the next, whether it is Richards or Richard Richardson or something like that. So me as a youngster growing up, I was always trying to work hard to try to follow, at least follow in his footsteps, or not only just Bunsen, a lot of the Antiguan players. So we had always had a very strong reverence for Antiguan players, because of course what Antigua has done for West Indies cricket. So I mean, so Bunsen in particular, yeah, I always respected him, what he had done, being part of the Leeward Islands setup. I think even from maybe 15, 16 years old, when I played for Leeward under 19s, when I was 15 years old, my roommate was Bunsen. He was the captain of the team. So in a lot of the ways, I mean, I've always respected Bunsen and what he was able to not only just accomplish for being selected for West Indies and being West Indies captain, but what he was able to accomplish as a young person coming out of Antigua with that rich cricketing history, just to be touted in those lights from such a young age, it is commendable. And of course, playing with Bunsen, somebody who was a hard worker on his game. In the latter part of his life, he even became more spiritual and tried to encourage that whole positivity and spirituality into his game, and just into the man that he's developed into right now in terms of with the cricket, the golf, and now he's aspiring not only himself, his kids, and the other generations. And Antigua is very important for me. I mean, I'm the same. I try to do what I can with my kids, but I think what cricket taught us is how everything that we did in the past, how we can put that together and try to create something that's meaningful going forward. And Kerry, Bunsen, you guys just know that I respect and what you guys did before, and even what you guys are doing. So big respect to that.
And you, Bunsen, in terms of you captaining him and stuff like that, what it was like?
It was, to be honest, boy, really awesome, you know.
Yeah.
You see, Kerry, I think Kerry, I don't believe Kerry understand the impact he had on me, because Kerry was like my brother, you know. We trained together, when we came to Italy and everything, was me and Kerry and Robbie, but Robbie left us and go England. But just me and Kerry, you know, every training, everywhere me and Kerry be, we go same school, everything. You know, so we get, because we spend so much time together, we know each other's game, and I was a little more experienced than them because I got into Antigua setup with the guys of like Ridley and Dave Jones, Soppy, yeah, all them guys, Cleve, all them guys, and you know the foundation that those guys had and the experience. I was fortunate to be like the leader for these guys. We're the same kind of age group, but you know they were just on me a bit, so they looked up to me. Right. So I understood my responsibility and saw the potential and the talent that they had and the impact that we could have created and did create, you know, because in the youth system we did very, very well, all of us. When we went to Angola, we always see this guy in the nets with his cousin, a little girl just bowling him. Listen, all day. All day. You know, sometimes we go on break, we play like a 40 game and we go on lunch break, go back out, he's still out there, come back, get a tea. But he's just out there all day.
I have a question about him. Who's the girl any good bowler?
Well, obviously because he ended up playing West. Yeah, I mean, listen, if the women's cricket was like it is now, I think she would have made it too. Yes. You know, both of them, they were always there. And, you know, there's a dedication that Banky had in his batting. You know, and because of us coming together at the youth level, you know, we go to camp together, we play like a tournament together, then we make a team together, and we get to know each other. You know, the relationship that we had, and even now, you know, these guys are like my brother. Even though we don't talk for 100 years, when I see these guys, we don't have to even, we just go. You know, so that relationship over the years, we understand each other, and he always give me such a great feeling to be in their presence. The last time I went to Angola, I went to Omari's show after 12 the night. I was really entertained, and Banky is always entertainer. That's the biggest thing. He always has his guitar and singing. Yeah. Well, we never had an adult time out the field, you know. On the field, out the field, we really worked together. But I thought that Omari and Jimbo, those are the two best off spinner I see at that young age. Those guys could have bowled, and you know the bounce that they get and the turn that they got. I didn't see anybody around the region that had that. But I think Omari was more interested in his batting. You know, he bowled because he can bowl, but I think he never really get the grips of really focusing on the bowling. And then now, later on, because of, I guess, the different teams and the batters, to fit in as a batsman, he get caught in between, you know. But I also believe that his bowling, the kind of bounce and turn that he had, you know, he could have and should have been a lot better bowler. He did marvelous for us in our 90, you know, because I forced him a lot. You tell him to put the bat on the ball. Yeah, yes. I mean, he will win games for us. Just the bounce and the turn and his consistency that he got, you know. So, I mean, boy, as I say, if you never meet them guys, I just feel good.
My question about you guys, I heard it somewhere a while ago, that his cousin might have made a TV with that. You know,
far right.
But when I wanted to find out someone, did you see she bat?
No, she never get any batting. The batting I don't think the batting was a part of the contract. You know, the thing is that she enjoyed doing that, she enjoyed coming out every day and just bowl. They had that relationship, you know, and it was so good to see, man. Honestly, it was so good to see, and we all came together as such good friends. Even though that's why you see, you know, everybody look at us can realize that we have a special relationship, and that you can't break that.
True. And I like though you speak about the dedication. Can I say, first break. Second break, last day play, still out in the net, batting. So basically, he was playing or one day test match.
Everything.
Yeah, and she just keep bowling and not getting tired.
Yeah,
so that's
I think we had like spirit because we train a lot. You know, we train a lot. We got that from factory. Yeah, so even on our own, and Omari came in that same realm. He always practiced. So when we meet together now, we don't really need any coach tell us to get up and do what we have to do. We had the basics already, and we just need a lot of repetition, and we did that. Because we had the desire, you know, to make it at the highest level. We had the desire because, as I said, I was there playing youth cricket before those guys. So some of the guys from the other territories, I knew them, you know, and I know that they earmarked some of them to play for West Indies in front of us. Yeah. But I know that our guys are much more talented than them, but we have to perform. So, you know, sharing those experiences and know what is required. So I will help them to do that, you know. But another thing on Kerry, like, let me tell you, as I said earlier, Kerry, the impact that Kerry had on my life, right? It was, he don't even understand up to now. Right. I always look at him like a brother because Kerry knows my game so much. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm struggling, nobody else but Kerry, he will come and whisper something to me, you know, and then it's likewise I can do the same thing because we know each other from way back, you know, and we appreciated each other. We never in any competition, nothing. We just appreciate each other, you know, glad for each other's success, and we just live like that, even now, you know what I'm saying? So the impact that he had on me helped me to free up myself there.
Right. See, for me, I was not only a fan, but I was a student of the game. Right. So what Taddy taught us was after practice, we used to sit down and to talk. Yeah. That's one thing. He taught us the technical aspect of the game also for bowling. So I understand what a bowler, how a bowler should, what a bowler is looking for. So I understand the techniques of batting also. Because I can remember when I was around 16, 17, I got injured. I got injured in the youth tournament. I still went to the youth tournament, but I didn't play a game. And when I got back, I had to play as a batter for 1 year. While Taddy used to pick me up from school, from college, take me to the beach, take me to the physiotherapist, Dr. Goubernay, take me to the other physiotherapist, the Cuban guy. He did what it takes for. See, Bongsin talks about what impact I have on him, but himself and Taddy and yourself, Mandela, had such an impact on my life because you were my support. You know, I never had that support in a family setting. You know, so you guys were my family. So I understand. I was a student of the game coming up. Not only that, I never really learned cricket from the legal Lions level because Antigua used to beat everybody. The games used to done too quick. You understand? When Anguilla when Anguilla and Muncher getting bowling out before lunch, what can I learn as a bowler? You understand? So what I used to do, I used to scout school and go watch boxing in trials for Leeward. I used to pay him to make 100. So I used to understand. Yes. How you get? Yes, they have to encourage each other, Daddy. Pay him $100 to make 100. Every 100 they make again. You understand, Daddy? That's how we used to do each other to encourage each other. So I used to watch Cleve Bowl early, watch Hamish Anthony, watch Quinn, and so when it was my turn now, I know what is required to go to the next level because I was a student of the game. I used to watch batters, watch Soppy them, how they set up, how they build the innings. Yeah, Daddy. But we learned that from your academy, from factory. You understand? So and that's what. So what we did now, we impart what we learn to each other. We impart what we learn to each other because we know that if he does well, I'm doing well also. And that's how it was. As he said, he was in a competition. I want him to do well. Just as, you understand, he want me to do well also. And we cannot put what we learn on the Taddy in words. Yeah. We cannot. Sure. You understand? We cannot put our brotherhood in words also. We cannot put the impact we had on each other in words. I just want to share that with you. Sure. You know? Yeah.
So walk us back to when you all got your first call up to the West Indies cricket team. I want to know the feeling, how you felt, and going into your first game. How was that game?
Okay, my first call up. Let me start back. So I got selected for Antigua in 97. Got one game, yeah. But then I got selected for the Leeward's senior team camp right after that because I did well in the youth tournament. Yeah, so I got selected after. But I spent 2 years on the bench for Leeward's. I was only playing the one-day cricket that year. So I got 2 years. So not only that, so I was watching cricket, learning. So and then I got my opportunity. After I got that opportunity, I was able to some kind of luck, perform because I remember one year I played Taddy. I think Kenny Benjamin was the captain, and then he got injured, so I came in for one game against Winwood, and then he came back fit, so I had to come out of the side. And then the next opportunity I got was again the same win was in recreation ground. I can never forget that game. That's my AMR game. So I bowled first change. I think Golden Prince was injured. So I got into this side. I bowled first change. And I was beaten all over the park. Nervous like hell, Daddy. Nervous.
I said, tight spine, Taddy, remember that game.
Nervous. So I wasn't bowling with any confidence. That's basically. I wasn't running in, I wasn't hitting the deck. I was nervous. And then I can remember Keith Atherton telling Golden Prince, well, you better get fit quick now because we can't deal with this guy. And I want to give God thanks for Carlisle Powell. He was the manager then. And then he pulled me aside. He said, no matter what I say, you're not leaving this team. The talent that you had leaving under 19, you are for the future. And I went out there and bowled the team to victory. Daddy. And from then, that's where it all played out. And if I get 20-something wickets that year, get 20-something wickets in the next year after. And then, after doing that, my name I've been called around the region. West Indies picked a team to go to England, and I didn't get selected for that team. But I never really got discouraged. You know, all my fans and stuff got discouraged, but I never really got discouraged because I was having fun playing cricket. You know, I was doing what I love, traveling the world for free. That's what I was. You understand? Yeah. But and then I can remember we were playing against I think Barbados in St. Thomas, and Gerald Garner was a selector. He visited that camp. He visited that game to watch the game, and he was walking around the boundary that day. And I had 2 wickets, and I tell him, I'm gonna get 5 wickets. He said, you get 5. I don't want to see you get 5 wickets. I want to see you make the ball talk. Yeah. See, I'm gonna show you how I make the ball talk today. I bowled 2 out swinger, and then I bowled in swinger, and got wicket. And I keep doing that all day. And he said, you know what you're doing, son. You know what you're doing. Yeah. And it was like that for me, having fun, just making the ball talk, bowling out swingers at will, in swingers as well. Like I remember we went Trinidad, Daddy, and the first ball I bowled to Darren Ganga, the ball did this, a big out swinger. And when I come more and clap, I said, huh? Today's my day. They were bowled out before tea. And that's what it was like for us. We know each other game, yeah? So when it's my day, I'm bowling the team to victory. When it's Omar Banks, he's bowling the team to victory. That's what it was. The captain know our skill, he know when it's our day. So it was like that for me. So after then, going back to your question, I was just explaining how first time I'm taking over. So but I was having fun doing that, playing. And then my year came also when Bangladesh visited the Caribbean. And that year, Sylvester said to me, okay, right now you're the best bowler in the Caribbean. You were the best bowler in the Caribbean. I remember that game at Stanford Sticky Wicket. AIG is a different level. AIG is my home ground. Yeah. But
that's a walk in the park.
Yes. So Bangladesh sent a team to play in our domestic league. And I can remember getting 5 wickets in that game. And Sylvester ran out and he came to me and said, Kerry, you're the best bowler in the Caribbean. Sometimes some fans meet me and they said, West Indies cricket is one of the best bowler ever. What James Anderson was doing, I was doing then. True. And we were on the same era. Yeah. Winston Benjamin and Kenneth Benjamin told me, at my age, when they were at my age, they couldn't bowl like me. Now, I don't want to blow my horn, but these are the things, I was told. But I was just having fun. I was just doing what I'm told to do by Taddy. Make sure I practice before 2 o'clock. School finish 1:30, make sure I practice before 2 o'clock. If you don't reach before 2 o'clock, you're going to get 20 laps. I don't want to coach every day. I want to be disciplined, you understand? Yeah. I don't want any discipline to be able to run laps. Or to stop playing football.
Football, go foot.
Football, go foot. But, so, and then I wasn't that strong also. So Taddy had to spend a lot of time developing my strength. Taking me to Seaton, swimming from the island of Seaton to the small island. Take me to Steve Gym. I don't know if you mentioned that.
You did mention it.
Take me to Steve Gym. Taught me technique. Picked me up from State College because I was going to college. Well, I guess I the fully words. Yeah, picked me up from State College and took me to Cedar Valley. So I can remember going to Cedar Valley and some guys vomiting after we finished for the laps, and myself bouncing, and Bobby was doing that like a walk in the park, you know. So.
And Taddy's already give it up.
So getting selected. Getting selected for West Indies, sometimes we see the results, but it was the hard work that was done by a coach. And it's not my credit, it's the coach credit. Coach is the one who developed players.
True.
But I can recall, I got a joke for it, so when I went training after West Indies training,
Yes.
and I tell me, defense force guys come to the training and that kind of stuff, West Indies team.
Yeah.
And after 10 minutes, everybody went out to answer them. Then you start warm up here.
Yeah.
You know what that bug said?
Yeah,
Of course.
I can remember that. I can remember
Yeah.
we were in Trinidad doing a training camp, and we were in the mountains of Trinidad with the sandbag and all that. And I can remember when I finished, I looked around, nobody was there. So discipline, not only that, not only
fitness
not
level.
only the technical aspect of the game, we were fit. We were fit, and not only fit, we could have field also. So we were not only bowlers, but we were batters. We were excellent fielders. When I visited factory first, Taddy didn't know who I was, yeah? And I can remember somebody drive a straight ball, and I went from mid-off to mid-on and feel that ball. I said, who that guy is? The confidence, how you run across the field and feel that ball. I said, who that guy? That young little cranky guy. I can remember that time.
For me, where you're concerned though, the spell I always remember, the spell your ball against Carl Hooper. And I think that time he was West Indies captain.
Yes.
You remember something right? And you get one ball and pass and that out.
Yes.
And I think the whole Antigua was up in uproar. And I think that's why he sabotaged you too. I hope he listening to me. I don't care. But I think that you get plumb. He was plumb. He was looking for, I think, a waist swinger and bowl an indoor and strap me plumb in front.
Well, I think I call Hooper Low sabotage me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bennett King.
Right.
Coach. I can remember he telling me because everywhere he goes in Antigua, fans are telling him to pick Kevin. See, this is not picking me.
Oh. No, I know it was in everybody fan was saying,
Yeah.
why Kerry drumming in West Indies, right?
Yeah, so it was like that. I can remember Billy Jacobs saying, Kerry, I don't know where I need to do. You understand? Because what he's playing with at the West Indies level, I'm far better than them. So it was, but that never really discouraged me. That never discouraged me because I think I was still young. You know, I was still young. I was still learning the game. Like I was in my 20s. I started playing cricket 25, 26. No one knew that.
Right.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah.
I started playing cricket in my prime, but and the reason why I started playing cricket, I didn't have that support system anymore. I didn't have the talent. I didn't have a coach. You understand? My family is not the one who was there to help me shoot me in the
Right.
cricket. It was my coach. Transition wasn't the thing, so you know.
I want to backtrack on
Okay.
something real quick. You said school over 1:30 and you had to reach the factory cricket ground for 2 o'clock. What school you used to go to?
Clear school.
And you had to get to
So I walk from Clear School to Pickett's, and then run from Pickett's
Oh my
to
God.
factory.
Okay, I just want to see how wicked that is.
When you ask Bouncy a question, ask Kerry.
Yeah.
Still live it, but
How did the breakout feel into the West Indies cricket field?
I think when 1999 I got selected first.
That's when I was born.
Yeah. That was a good year. That's a great year. Yeah, I think 1990 when I got my first call up in the one day setup. But you know, as Kerry said, right, over the years when we work so hard and performing and so forth, and you know, not getting selected when you're supposed to be getting selected, it's frustrating. So even though it was a happy moment for you, you know, sometimes you just believe that you were supposed to be there before. You know, and the thing is, when you get there, it's not like you earn your keep, that the 11 whatever. So unless somebody doesn't get injured or something, that's when they put you in the 11. So it's always like they just pick it because they have to, you know, and then when you get selected in the squad, they're not giving you, you're just due in the 11. So sometimes it's kind of frustrating. So getting selected for West Indies, it was a good feat, you know, but personally for me inside, you know, after all the preparation of the years, you know, you kind of dejected when you get there and not given the opportunity freely that you deserve. So it's always a fight. This guy gotta you go and you have those days they have practice games and so before the series starts. You go and you dominate, score centuries, and then when you're getting ready for your first test or your first one day, they select somebody else. You know, so it's kind of frustrating. But it was that was the hallmark of why you prepare so much, practice so hard, put in the work, you know, to get to a West Indies level.
I must say, I remember 1972, I played a match against Trinidad, with Inchinali and Jumadine and Julian, those were the big bowlers of West Indies. And I played against them, and those bounces as A-Mark, like Richard D'Souza, Oscar Chumiti, all kind of West Indies future guys. And I said, well, them man are good. That's what I said to myself. But I can recall to the guy Charlie Davis. He was West Indies' most productive batsman at the time. When I played against them, they didn't do too bad. They couldn't hold me anyway. And then everyone said to my buddy, Jim McCall, Vivi, said, Viv, how the more the Charlie Davis can make more than you? And he didn't half as good as you. You know, that was my argument and query.
Yeah.
The guy, you see the talent. I see Andy was born in China, back over the weekend. So how you be so Western batsman?
I know what.
You know what I mean? So having played against some guys on the Western and see the talent, you know the kind of talent we have here. Yes. You recognize it. The difference was maybe not so much so now. They used to use the media. Okay? We didn't to read your newspaper at the time. So when people treat that paper, you see, the future this and so this good private paper. So you think the real world beaters until you see them. When you see them, don't know him, and then it's so good. Like, we don't have nobody talking about us now.
True.
So you have to go, they perform twice as good. Yeah. I say, lamenting that you guys have to perform twice as good. If you perform as good as them, you're not in the play. You have to do twice, and you have to do twice as good, maybe more than one time to them.
Yeah.
That's one time. You have to prove to them that they deserve to play.
Deserve to be there.
This play belongs to me. That's how you work. Guys, I play against them. I see them, and I said, "What they're so good." Like people say they're so good, but what they had to, they're better organized cricket than us. Yes. You have to give them that. They're better organized. Up to now, we have what like piss me off when I go and watch cricket in Antigua, streaming business. Yeah, they got young talent. And he said, "How did they invest in this team?" That's my vexation though. I see them, they see the talent, and they watch West Indies cricket on TV and say, how come? But you see, like keep telling our friend there, that provide the opportunity like they used to. Before the cricket, believe it, for the cricket. When the guy learned to bat and prove himself. And now, I'll tell you when the guys really got here today. Once they were like 25 and 40, we said they're good. Yes. And then they flip out the debate is, but T20 the big cricket now, the probably T20 now. Edge just saw the biggest shot.
True.
Case productive. People that care the ones coming, that's why I'm coming, that's why I'm with. But when they play, you know they play 4-day cricket, and especially in old 10 days, 2-day cricket against Parish League, against school and so. Edge ball and early in the man sleep, you got my business. But now, Edge and Son is watching, the young guy, I pitched for him 2 years ago to say, young boy Andrew. And then I had the opportunity to watch Kofi James. And the guys are real talented guys. But then they started bad good, and they want to reverse sweep. And they out stupidly. I tell myself, then they check Indian, so on them T20, but test cricket is a bit too. So when they learn to bat properly first, score a lot of centuries. Score a lot of centuries, then, hey, the T20, maybe I can leave it for the reverse sweep. I don't have a problem with that, but why they don't make a name yet? Why do I get all silly for? That's my problem there.
True.
They have the talent. Plenty guys now, they have the talent now. Yeah. I heard the news yesterday, the young guy, they cooled us with 220 seconds. The guy who was vouching for the young Mackenzie. Mackenzie?
So you talk Miller, the Miller guy, and Mackenzie guy, Micah Mackenzie.
The guy get over 4 or 5 weeks in next minute was the coolest a couple of days ago. And that's one of the guys they saw T20 when we did the T20.
But maybe he was right there with us talking, and I told him straight up he's going to be a future player because just by talking to him and stuff, you can see how solid he is and how sound he is and stuff, and how confident he is.
The guy he's with the West Indies thing.
Yeah, well, I know you all say so. I think it says it's still right on the show. When Flipper was here, Flipper tell you he's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said so. You work on calling for him.
You see, it's my problem when I see some work, when Warwick and Papa and the guys, when they play against the man on board down the recreation ground in Kensington, they can't want you. And they say they want to begin.
Well, we can get 20 wickets going in, so we can.
I just set the box away. When they play recreation, when the recreation
ground.
ground.
Perform action.
That's my interview.
Yeah. When they play recreation ground, and they played Warner Park, they played Border, the Kensington.
Different condition.
They can't turn the ball in the pitch.
Yeah, different condition.
Bang them straight. Pitch too good for them.
Yeah.
When they play Nevis, when the power kill you. When you go 400 something to declare you.
It's banky, why
the pitch make a big difference. They be prepared and they prepared pitch in the United States language. So it's spin ball. This is spin ball bowling now. That's why I can't find the West Indies as far as bowling now. They prepare some jokey pitches, spin bowlers, cardwall bowlers 60 something overs and so get 7 wickets. The spin bowler.
Yeah, spin bowler and slow bowler. Yeah, spin bowler and slow bowler.
Banky.
Yeah, spin bowler, man, that's spin man. Man, that's ball straight.
Banky, back to Kai question though. When you got that first call for West Indies cricket, how you felt? Selection for West Indies team, how you felt?
Yeah, so I'm gonna back up the story a little bit. I mean, for me, my journey was I would say from the time I was 8 years old, I decided that I want to play for West Indies. In my mind, I knew that the pathway to doing that was gonna have to have a good youth cricket performance. So, of course, starting to play under 19s cricket with the likes of Bouncing, Kerry, and all the other senior other guys who were before me at that time, because I think Bounce was about 2 or 3 years older than I was. I knew that you had to dominate at some point in cricket to be able to break into the first class team. So for me, in my last year actually for Leeward Islands, I actually was the best all rounder in the West Indies competition. I scored the most runs in the competition, myself and Devon Smith, and I got was the best all rounder. So from that, I got selected for West Indies under 19 team at like 17, 18 years old. I played my first class match for Leicestershire at 17 against Pakistan. Wow. And then when I came back in the Caribbean, after playing with West Indies team in England, I had a good series over there, a couple of half centuries, wickets. I think that was one of the main things that got me into the Leeward's team. Because I actually just like Bouncing, I started to play for in the Leeward's trials when I was 15, 16 years old. I didn't get selected. But that was the first time I got called for camp. But yeah, so after playing for Leeward's in my first season, my first match was in Trinidad. I had a good match. I got 5 wickets in match 3 and 5. Scored a couple 30s not out. And then in my second match for Leeward's, I got a man in match against Jamaica. I got 7 and 3 or 7 and 4, something like 11 wickets in match. And I made 40 something not out against Jamaica. So that was the first start. So my first class season for Leeward's, I think I was the second leading wicket scorer. I think I got about 20 something wickets, 25, 26 wickets, and average somewhere in the 40s from about 5 or 6 matches, something like that. Second season for Leeward's, I didn't have such a great season. Maybe got about 8, 9 wickets, average maybe about 20 something, 30 runs. But then my third season, I think that was, and this was now I was still 20, playing for Leeward's from 18 or so. My third season for Leeward's, I had a good season, and then from that season I got a couple man of matches, a couple 5 wicket hauls, etc. And then I got called up to play the President's 11 match against Australia in Guyana. In that match, I got about 5 or 6 wickets in the match. I got about 30 yard not out. And then what happened was, I think I remember at that time, Carl Hooper had just retired. So they played the first test match in Guyana. And then Carl Hooper retired. There was some controversy, and then he got retired. when I got the call, because I remember, I don't forget, Hayden Walsh called me morning. He said he wants my number. This is after playing the match in Guyana, which I did well in the President's 11 match. He said somebody wants your number, they want to give you a call. So I mean, you don't know who it is, you don't know what's what. I had my phone on, I remember at that time, I had a little prepaid. Keeping the wallet. So, and at that time, if you don't have money on your phone, you can't receive calls. So you went to check. I remember that time. I remember I went quick, tap up the phone. I think when he told me that Viv wanted to give me a call. Right? But whatever the case, I don't know if I didn't tap it up in time. I didn't get a call from Viv yet. But somewhere around 11, 12 o'clock, I got the call from Brian Laurie. He said, hey, Mara, I just want to call you to congratulate you. We've seen what you've done on your progress, and we want you to come down to Trinidad to be a part of the West Indies cricket team. I mean, you gotta understand, as a young person from Angola, being the first Angola to be, would have been selected for the West Indies cricket team, how that, the pride that would have felt for me growing up. Brian Lara, I used to watch the 375 video that Brian Lara, the record that he made, 375 in Antigua, I used to watch it over and over as a child. So for him to call me and let me know if my captain, somebody who I kind of idolized as a kid growing up, I mean, that was something really special. So yeah, that was the moment that I got the call, and of course, I mean, just to be in the circles of playing for West Indies cricket was something really special. We know the politics of the cricket, but I mean, especially coming from an island like Angola, which is the smallest of the small islands. You know what I'm saying? The pressure, you know what I mean, how hard it would have been even just to be able to get into the Leeward Islands team. I mean, even earlier when Bunch was mentioning, when I all through my youth cricket, in agreement with what Bunch said, I was more considered a batsman. And the reason why I started to do more is because after being successful even in the youth competitions, when I went into the Leeward Islands team, they say, hey, you're not going to bat within the top 5, top 6. If you're going to play in the team, you got to work on your ability. And as growing up as a kid, I mean, that was always my dream, of course, as a batsman, and that was always one of my dreams during my youth cricket years and all that kind of stuff. But just the realities and the politics surrounding the cricket mean that I had to work a lot of my bowling. So literally, it's a testament to my hard work and determination. The fact that I was able within 3 years to be able to turn myself into one of the leading spinners in the region, to be selected for the West Indies team, and just turning a situation which could have broken maybe other people into something which I said, you know what, I'm going to work out on my bowling, although I do believe in my batting, because I've shown that throughout my youth cricket, etc., and just make it something that I could fit into any team that I'm playing into. And I think in that test match in Antigua, as well as my record even in test cricket, my record in test cricket is in 10 test matches, 10 test wickets, and averaged about 28, 29 in test cricket. I think even if you look at it, current players that are playing right now, half century against Merlin in Sri Lanka, 47 not out against Australia, 44 in England against at Lords. My last match for West Indies of one international, I think Bangsumo was the captain, I was the man of the match. So I've had my performances for West Indies, which have been exceptional, as well as in my first year for West Indies, I was one of 3 nominees for World Young Cricketer of the Year: James Anderson, Graham Smith, and Omari Banks. So, I mean, I've had my times. I mean, for me, I walked away from the game. When I walked away from the game, when I decided I was going to play cricket, I was actually the captain of the Netherlands team. I had an issue in Antigua with, I think, the then president, I think, Mr. Shillingford. And I was released from the team, from the captain. And for me, as how I say it was like, if I'm going to invest so much time in my cricket, so much time in doing what I love, and then you can be thrown away from the game just because of a issue that you have with, you know what I mean? I shouldn't say an issue, a disagreement, or even with someone on the corporate end of the team. I said it's time for me to move on and do something differently. So I look back at that with no remorse, because I had so much great time, so much great relationships, so much great lessons that I learned while playing cricket, and just the opportunity for a young person to be able to play a sport, learn lessons from it, and take those lessons and transfer it into something else. I think that's something special. So I look back at my time in cricket with great reverence, respect, and I'm so happy that I had that experience.
So tell me something about the music now. How you got into the music? That was in your vein since birth.
Well, of course. But growing up around my dad was an artist, and my mother always encouraged me in playing music. So I was involved in talent shows from a child. So from the age of 5, 6 years, before cricket, I would sing in talent shows, represent Antigua, in singing competitions. I'm 7 years old, and you know the likes of going to cricket. You know, bouncing and carrying tennis all the truth. Everybody would go there and say, "Sing a song for Banky." I always make me sing to them, and you know, if you're playing cricket when you're on the road, if you got a guitar in your room and you have a friend that visits you and you sing for her, chances are you're gonna have a good time. So the music was always something that was a hobby, but it was always an addition.
So let me ask you, which one were you better at, the music or the cricket?
I would say people have to tell me that. I mean, I love both. When I was playing cricket, that's all I wanted to do, play cricket, be the best I could, until I decided to retire in that, and then I decided to switch gears. Now that I'm playing music, that's all I focus on, that's all I do. It's literally the same mentality, the same discipline which I apply towards it. Of course, the creative side of it, I think that was definitely more of a gift in terms of with my music, in terms of I've seen when it comes to my songwriting and just observing other people within music, some things do come naturally to me. And what I would say is that I know I play cricket at the highest level, and I think talent is a scale. There's extreme talent, there's a lot of talent, and the higher up you go, you find a lot more people with the same talent that you have. Or even people, if you go to the top, you're gonna find people who are more quote unquote talented than you. I think hard work separates us. But I know when I play cricket, even at the highest level, at times I would go, in some teams you go, you see 1 or 2 people, you say, "Oh my goodness, they're really talented and probably never gonna be that talented." In music, I've never felt that way. I mean, there are people who can do certain things better than I can. But musically, I've always felt, no matter what, I think because music is about creativity, and everybody has their niche in sports. Sometimes you gotta just hit certain markers. But I've always felt when I go and I play music that whoever I'm playing with, I can hold my own with whatever I do.
My question in connection with the music, well, who more famous now, you or Banky? who more famous now, you or Banky, man?
No, man, it's all love. I think life is about your roots. I mean, my dad did his thing in music, and the beauty of it is that I tell people all the time I'm blessed to be able to do 2 things. I've been internationally known for cricket, and I'm also now internationally known for music. So I'm blessed. Sometimes some people, when they finish with one career, they have, you know what I mean, they hold on to what they have and you should. But I'm blessed that I've been able to let go in terms of from a career perspective, and I think I had to do that for myself. Let go of that and do something completely different. So it's not like, for me, it's about building on my roots that my dad started before I was born. And my dad, Manke, is somebody who, I mean, his music lives down to this day. I sing some of his songs when I perform, and his inspiration in terms of just the way how he goes about his music speaks for itself. So there's no comparison there. It's just I'm just a branch from that tree. I've got my own style. I do a different thing. I'm more of a lead guitarist than he is. He plays the acoustic guitar. He's more singer-songwriter. But I think we're different. But as I said before, I'm just a branch off the old tree. So it's just passing on the legacy as I do to my kids. So I pass on the legacy to my kids. Hopefully they take it further than I do.
Well, man, that was special one just join us to know. He also think he's a musician like you. Farm cricketer. It's a third golfer.
What's up, my brother? Nothing like you, man. You are a professional. You're a top class musician, right? I'm just Mimicking. I'm mimicking. You know, sometimes my guitar is not even turned on and people don't even know.
No, I need to say something to Richie.
Uh-huh.
Richard Judson, you are a hero of mine.
Appreciate it, man.
I just want you to know that you are a hero of mine.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mentioned it earlier when I came to that test match in Antigua, and I took to that test match in Antigua in 1995 when you took that one-handed catch. Was it Boone?
Yeah, that's a luck, man.
Well,
Listen.
if I can just say something about you as well, you know, I always admire you as an individual, as a cricketer, the way you approach the game. Your batting, your bowling, you were always a hard worker, a very disciplined and well-mannered individual, and certainly with your music as well. I see how dedicated you've been. You know, I've been to Anguilla, I've seen your band play, and I've always been impressed with you as a person. You're very progressive in the way you think, and I just want to congratulate you for all you've done in not only playing cricket for the West Indies and the Leeward Islands and Anguilla, but in the music field. And the sky is the limit. You're still young, and I'm sure you can do wonders. So just keep working hard, my brother.
We have a question here for you, Banks.
Yes, we have a question on the floor.
Richard first because this is, as I said before, this is my hero.
Yeah. You said it earlier, you did.
I want to say that then you can get to the question, but I say, Richie, I want to say thank you for your contribution. As I said before, when you came, I remember that first class match in Angola 1995, you made 100 in that match as well. It was against Barbados. You were one of the first signatures I ever got at that time. Yeah? And just the love and the same spirit that you showed, that how you're speaking right now is how you spoke to me as a child growing up. I remember, but I remember you would come in the nets once or twice and watch me bat and that kind of stuff. So I just want to say thank you for the inspiration and the feel, how you led, for what you have done for West Indies cricket, and for inspiring me as a youngster. I truly love and appreciate you, my brother. That's
Appreciate it, man.
really
Thank you.
significant.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, Banks, so we have a question on the floor for you from a guest. They want to know, what was it like to play against the Australian and English teams?
I mean, playing against Australia is always gonna be tough. They come at you hard, and as I said before, that was my first test series, and my first test match in Barbados. Literally, I think I went for 200 runs. 200 runs, but about 6 drop catches off my ball. I got three wickets, but they dropped about 6 catches off my ball. But that's cricket. Cricket is a game of, as I said before, ups, downs, and uncertainties. But I think playing against Australia is always going to be tough. But I think if you show the grit, I think one thing I definitely showed in the matches that I played against Australia, because I played Test series and I played One Day series, was that I'm not going to back down. I was going to meet their grit with my grit, and I think I gave a good representation of myself during that whole series. Because of course, the following series I went on to play against Sri Lanka, and of course made my first half century for West Indies in that series. Playing against England, in England especially is definitely hard. I grew up playing quite a bit of cricket in England from the age of maybe 15, 16 years old. For Leicestershire in my first class match at 17. But of course, playing a test series, of course, that's a different kind of fish. Flintoff, Hogarth, Thomason. That England team at that time was really, 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 really strong. I think they probably went to number 1 and number 2 at that time. But as I said before, we lost a test match at Lords. I had a good batting turnout. Our bowlers got thrashed. But we lost the test match at Lords. I played the second test at Edgbaston. I think we drew that match. I got about three wickets in the match as well. But yeah, playing against England in England is always a tough task. But it's always a joy to play against the best in the world. So I think every kid that grows up in loving the game or playing the cricket for the West Indies, you enjoy those battles. You enjoy, whether it's tough or not, you enjoy the battle of playing your region, representing the West Indies cricket team, and coming up against England or Australia, because that's where the grave is. So, those are the series that you dream about as a kid, And yeah, I was blessed enough to be able to play in those series of awards today. So I feel blessed.
Tell me something. You can play golf?
Well, my uncle Val has been trying to encourage me to play golf for a number of years. When I finished playing cricket, he bought me a golf set. He said, "You gotta play golf." But I'm this kind of guy. I'm so focused on my music. When I get engrossed in something, my thing is that if I go play golf, I'm taking no time away from me playing guitar, and I'm very serious about my guitar. So I don't play golf. I mean, I don't have any problem watching it, but so much of my time is in the studio, performing with myself, performing with my daughters, teaching my daughters. Because my daughters literally they play like you wouldn't believe it. I have a 10-year-old daughter who plays the bass that she can play anything that you can sing. And my 13-year-old guitarist, she's the lead guitarist, rhythm guitarist, she plays classical piano. So a lot of my time is in music. Of course, if the guys are here playing golf, I'll come check you guys out. But I'm so busy with the music, I don't have a.
Well, I'm trying with the invitation to you to come to the service. Your hero, who is here with us this morning, is come to talk about golf. So I'm trying with the invitation for you next week Saturday to fly in Antigua next week Wednesday or Thursday to come and play some golf with your hero.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I could come sing for my hero.
I would not want to distract you from your music and your family and all that, right? Because I know how important it is to you all. But I can guarantee you, if you come and play about 2 or 3 times, you'll find time in that day to play golf along with what else you do. So I'm inviting you whenever you get a chance. I've played with Val a number of times. He's a really good player, very competitive player. Okay. And I'm sure you would enjoy it. As I said, I don't want to take away from what you do because you've got a great career ahead of you. But every now and again, just to get a little bit of relaxation, it's good for you. When you're out on the golf course, it opens your mind to other ideas too, and you might be able to, write some songs out there whilst you're playing. So think about it, and and we'd love to see you on the golf course one day.
Okay, I'll think about it. Coming from my hero self.
Hey, Amari, I want to ask you a question now, guys. I heard you say your daughter that this and that and another. And I'm very happy and pleased to hear that. But what I want to find out, have you been treating her like how your cousins take care of you? Your cousin the bowler?
Marvin. So why you ask the question? Sorry.
You remember your cousin used to bowl to you all day long in the nets?
At night.
Night and day.
Night and day, cousin boxing. Night and day, cousin bowling you. That's how you take care of your daughters with the music?
Listen. I'll put it this way. No man, me and Farah, as I said before, anything you do in life, and there's a myth to it. Of course, my Farah was a lover. She's Val's daughter, so we grew up like brother and sister. So Farah and myself, we were around. She's a couple of years older than I was. So Farah was a tomboy growing up. So she knew my love for cricket, and not only just Farah, my little sister too, Tahira. She anybody who was around me at that time, they know from telling me with Amari, he had acted to bowl him somebody. So Farah was one, my sister Tahira was one, my cousins, everybody know that one day wrong I want back. We playing cricket and yeah. If we win a toss, I go win the toss and all. But yeah, man. But Farah is good, man. That's Val's daughter. So Val is like my dad. I love my dad. He's somebody who's always a big supporter of me in my life throughout, whether it's music, cricket, or whatever. And I spent a lot of time when my dad was away living with Val. So I'm trying to say in Farah is Val's daughter. So that's like my sister, Farah. And then I have my own sister, my own Tahira. So yeah, Farah is good. But my daughters, the good thing about a guitar is, we got more than one guitar. They got about 20-something guitars. So I don't have to stop playing the guitar for them to play. We play the guitar together. I teach them the guitar, and their level of playing is really exceptional, and I'm really so proud of that. So
I might have to come to you and get some lessons, boy. I need to come and check you.
You need lessons.
Hey, here I'm need to come to you, man. Need to come to you, man, Banky.
But
listen, we have to organize at some point in time to to get us to come over to Antigua. You know, that'll be great for sure.
Richie, the connector, you talk to the Sir Rich, and you're good. You're good to go.
Or maybe next time you guys have a concert down there, you could invite our band to come down and, you know, do a little thing. That would be nice. But nice to do something with you.
Of course, we done for that for sure. I actually had an interview about when I was in Barbados last week, and the CEO of West Indies Cricket was talking about getting together a few of the guys who play for West Indies and who play music. So that might be something on the cards. I think that's something that could work, man. We need to do that, and I actually got a song soon that I'm gonna start promoting with another West Indies former cricketer. So we got to keep that West Indies past player.
Hey, who want to bravo?
Sounds good.
But we want to.
Banky, who want to bravo?
Well, Banky Banks, your hero is here this morning to talk about his golf tournament next weekend. So I want to officially say good morning to Sir Richard Richardson. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you, Earl, and thanks to you and your panel for inviting me and your very special program, which I watch when I'm overseas when I have the time on a Saturday, and it's really always been very, very entertaining. So I just want to congratulate you guys. No, it's always fun. It's always fun. It's always a laugh. You know, you cannot come on this program and don't laugh, because everybody's always in a happy mood and so on. It's really exciting and it's informative. I remember I was listening to one some time ago, and you had like Gene Gould and some of the old players. I mean, that was one of the best ones. I really, really, really enjoy that, man. So you just want to commend you guys and just keep up the great work, man. It's needed. We talk about cricket today and how our cricket is struggling and the players are struggling and all that, and that's easy to say. But what we have not done is to preserve the legacy of our cricket. We have not done enough to project what we used to do and the legacy of cricket. So youngsters come up and they're on their own, basically. So you're not going to find me criticizing them, because I know we failed them. As an establishment, as mature people who have been there, we have failed the young people in them. What we had, of course, things will change and have to change, but there have been a breakdown somewhere along the line. What we did and what we had was not transferred properly to these youngsters, because they should have been at this stage better than what we were. But we fell on by the wayside. So I now blame them, I blame our way.
Well said. If I can add to what you said, Sir Richie, of what you guys did in the past. Someone once told me that West Indies cricket is where they are because they did not show honor to the past players. They failed to show honor to what you guys has done. And not only you guys, but guys before you. And because of the lack of honor now, we are paying for the failure. We are seeing the failure of West Indies cricket because of not showing honor and respecting the past players enough.
Well, it's not just only the honor, The honor is good, and it's not that we're looking for honor.
Exactly.
But what is important, our legacy should be preserved and projected to the young people to continue the legacy of West Indies cricket. And that wasn't done. Can you go anywhere in Antigua and see a picture of me with my history written up anywhere? No. We don't. We have a museum. When they were building we're going to build Seville Stadium, I was on a committee and I said, look, you all cannot build a stadium without a museum up there to depict the history of Antigua cricket. Because we've had a lot of great players come out of this place that many of us don't even know.
Exactly.
We don't know. There's nothing about them we don't know. So how are you going to continue a legacy when there's nothing? There's nothing to hold on to, nothing look back to, nothing to teach the youngsters. I mean, almost every time I get the opportunity, I talk about we need to teach the legacy and history of West Indies cricket in our educational institution, right? And it's like, well, I'm not saying because I say so it should be so, but it's something I talk about all the time. I did a book recently with the University of the West Indies, and I did it not for my benefit, I'm not making a sense, but because I want something about me to be in the University of the West Indies, so people learning about cricket can have something to read and see what I've done or learn something about me. And it needs to be done for all of our cricketers because we have a role to play. It's not too late. It's not too late, we can still do it, but we're focusing on other things, man. All we want to do is criticize. That's easy. True. But what we needed to do,
can I say something?
We have not done it.
Can I say something?
We have not done it. Okay, yeah, I got limited time too,
No.
Oh, right.
Okay. I thought you want to tell him that because the Commissioner of Sports, you want him to, I thought that was you're going to go. Oh, okay.
Earl,
Well, the last time he played it.
Hold on.
You can switch after.
No, good bouncing.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
He had a
So-
trip came a couple days ago. That was severe.
Soccer, remember soccer, I forgot soccer.
Soccer.
So good, man.
Soccer back Richie. Okay.
The last one I have in my box because they get a bang of all them.
What-
The reigning champions.
Bouncing plays so well.
The two all play together.
But anyway, before I start Richie, I have a friend there, they're Scotland right now. I'm taking Scotland, England there right now. King Kasiba. He called me this morning. Sometime I Richie this morning. He say he do some work right now. They England do some training and stuff. So he come down. He was. Well, he come down next week, Wednesday. Say be informed for the weekend for the golf.
Let me tell you something. What, me didn't even think what Kasiba
Kasiba Hillman say. Some left without you.
There are two people, right, that play golf. And then there's happen to come from months, right? No disrespect. Right? Look, we just have a turn up and then get blown. Right? Then get blown.
Kasiba, give up.
Let's sing Calypso, right? I mean, it's not going to go run in the golf course at morning time. And he play well, you know. He play well, and then I turn up and I go for a run, he see me, I obviously start chilling. He was like, way ahead, ask Avery. Oh? Kasiba. Well, I know, when I first sing, he sing. Look, Marvin credit, right? He always has some good songs. Some good songs. Not that I mean, like, Kasiba singing them though. But, you know, I have to work when he's singing. And not only that, they get nervous. So, you know, anytime Kasiba perform, me make sure I'm going to come. Even if me go, you get even more nervous. So, come on, if you do well still, you know what I mean? But anyhow, Kasiba is a good player. A good player. Kasiba is a good player, but he afraid me. He can't. He afraid me. Bouncing is a. Oh yeah, everybody come back close. Everybody come back close. Kuma will look good for about 2 or 3 shots. Anyhow, we don't have time, so let me just talk about my golf day. Thanks for the opportunity again, guys. You know, in 2019, I started the Sir Richardson Charity Golf Tournament just to raise money for charities in Antigua and Barbuda because, you know, it's very important for us to look after young people. So, you know, me being the sort of person I am, I decided I was going to have this tournament. And it came off really, really well. You know, we had to turn away people. We had to play. The course can take maximum 80. And we have over 100 people playing on a golf tournament. And we had to turn away a lot of people. Wow. And people keep saying, people was looking forward to the second one, which would have been 2020. But of course, COVID came and we had to cancel it. And we were all disappointed. And people were looking forward to the second one. But I didn't do it for a number of reasons, but then this year we now going to have the second annual Sir Richardson Charity Golf Tournament. It's going to be a 2-month scramble. It's going to be exciting. We have people already booked from St. Kitts, Trinidad, Jamaica, North America, UK.
Banks, right? You come, right?
I reached out to Val, but I'm not sure. Val was going to come the last one that was cancelled. He had already booked, but I'm not sure if he's going to come for this one. It would be nice to see him and a couple of players from Antigua come up and play. We have some wonderful, wonderful prizes. The winner is gonna. It's a 2-month scramble, and the winning team gonna win 2 airline tickets. Liat.
So for the non golfers like me, what 2 months cover mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
2 months scramble. It's a
yes.
2-month team. So what happened now? You hit first, or anybody hit first, or both you hit, and then you choose the best position. So if you hit in the bush and bouncing hit straight in the middle of the fairway, then you're gonna hit from both you hit from bouncing ball.
Oh.
And then you just play. No, hold on.
So
No, come on. No.
Both players tee off.
Everybody,
Both players. Yeah.
both players stay off.
Okay.
Right, no, hold
Okay,
on.
Kerry, what touch him? Kerry, what touch him?
No.
You want touch him, Kerry?
No, come with that. Ask bouncing.
What? Oh, which
Yeah, somebody can at least one I can at the back.
Kerry.
In play.
Yeah, Kerry, not go straight, Kerry.
In play.
Okay.
I not to buy the freeway. He not in the bushes.
No, but you know what? Sometimes I'm ball in the bush now, and that might be the best ball we play. You never know. Sometimes in golf, you never know. Anyhow, you were saying okay. So you know, Liat sponsoring the winners ticket because it's the 2 tournaments in one: a net tournament, a net winning tournament, and a net winners and gross. So we have
Banking, my son and I coming to Anguilla on those tickets, buddy.
oh, sound good. Well, you know what? As the organizer of the tournament, right? I can't accept the win. So when I win, I'll give bonus. Yeah. So we start at we're gonna have breakfast at 8 o'clock. So everybody get a chance to have breakfast and get a little goodie bag with golf shirt and different stuff inside. There's some souvenirs, Antigua souvenirs. Then we start probably at 9 o'clock. Hopefully we finish. Come back in by about 1, just before 1, when we'll have lunch. And then we'll go into some auction. We're going to auction some stuff. We have like Australia test shirt, South Africa test shirt, India test shirt, and I think an England test shirt to be auctioned. And that will be done live. So we'll be connected to the wide world web, however you want to call it. So people can, what we do, we'll send out a link to people so anybody can log in and bid on the items. Plus we're also going to have a live auction there. So we have a number of hotels who have donated weekends for 2. So we have all those prizes, and look, we have prizes for the longest drive, closest to the line, closest to the pin and all the par 3s, and another big prize that we have a Icon, a brand new Icon golf cart, complements Outdoor World and Andrew Insurance. So that golf cart is nice. I tell you, really, really nice. If you see that, you
so may Kuma win a golf cart. May Kuma win a golf cart.
Yeah, you have a lucky if you win that.
You have a lucky.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
So
Kuma lucky.
You can be lucky. You can be lucky.
A hole in one.
Yeah. No, there's a prize for the worst player. There's a prize for the worst player and the worst dressed the worst team and the worst dressed.
So maybe I'll have with something then.
Right? There's also a prize for the youngest team and the most elegant lady, so you can come up and play again. Bring another lady and do it, And then we have a non-golfer spotting competition with you guys come. So you come up there about 12 o'clock, and there's a putting competition on hole number 18, and you can try as many times as you want. You get 3 balls for one try. You pay $20, $10 for kids, and the winners in both categories win 6 months free golf lessons by our golf pro. So if you're really interested in playing golf, you want to play golf, come and participate in the non-golfer spotting competition. Give an opportunity to get free lessons for 6 months. 6 months coaching is a lot. Let me tell you, if you come and see some of them kids that we have up there, you would not believe it. Man, when I think about it, when I see them play, and not only how they play now, how they behave, how mannered they are, how they speak, I get goose pimples all the time. So we have, these guys are doing a great job. Bobby, Marlon, Bobby, one of the best coaches in the world. Yeah, but Bobby, nice stuff, man. And look, when you watch Bobby players and then when they hit ball and so, I mean, not even something else, but not even Tiger Woods can hit ball. Me say the hands, kind of unique technique whenever they hit the ball. It's just amazing to watch, So. Eh? Hold on. If me bang so much people, right? Me spend limited in Antigua, me hardly play golf, and me bang so much people. If Bobby teach me a professional, me come but me not the time for that. Yeah, so it's going to be a very exciting tournament, man. A lot of things are going to happen. We have a number of sponsors. I don't know if you guys have time for me to call up my sponsors.
Good.
Yeah, so Elite Island Resorts, they're going to provide us with a staycation weekend for 2. We have Hermitage Hotel, of course, Cool and Smooth, who seems to be involved with everything in Antigua and Barbuda. So my good friend, my brother. I mean, I never say no, man. Any event going on, see Cool and Smooth in there, man. So you gotta give them kudos,
credit,
man, because they support sports and culture in Antigua and Barbuda. They support Antigua and Barbuda people, and we have to love them, man. And as you say, great farm you come from, you get them, man. So yeah, man. So we have Curtain Bluff, also our sponsor, Galley Bay, Carlisle Bay, and of course I mentioned Liat before. Yeah, so they're offering prices. So if you want to,
the man told his ambassador,
spend some time. You can go by yourself. You can you can go by yourself, man. I'm sure Earl can hook you up with something. Then we have Anjo Insurance and Anjo Wholesale and Royalton Hotel. Royalton Antigua. Take the opportunity, man, and the Royalton Chic, Yeah. Blue Waters Hotel. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's plenty of opportunities, man. So you guys got to come. I mean, this is not just for people who are playing. If you want to come in the afternoon after we play, or you can come anytime and watch. You can come and participate in the auction with the raffle and stuff. You know, you're welcome. So you can either go online and bid, which will send out the link, or you can come up there and bid for these things. All the items, the online stuff will be there as well on display. You can come and write your name down if you want to bid for the online stuff, and then you can participate in the live auction. So there's tremendous opportunities. Not just about playing. It's an opportunity to socialize and support a wonderful cause. Striving for Excellence Golf Development Program, and Kiwanis Club of Antigua, AR Fusion, of which I'm a member.
Well, let me ask a question quickly, Richie. In terms of golf, though, from the record, the spectators come on and watch you guys on the sideline. Like Antigua can go.
If they want to do that, they can do that. But
okay.
It will be controlled. Just make sure you're not in front of the ball and it's a ball leaky. So some people, and everybody get the ball straight like me and bounce it. Some people square cuts.
Okay.
So you have Outdoor World, Automotive Art, Insane Carnival offering a costume. So if you want to go play mass with me, I'll be playing. I'm an insane person, you know, playing mass. So you can, you know, you have a chance to win a costume, you know, a midline costume. Of course, iNet, you know, providing us with a mobile device for us to auction. Flow as well, same thing. The Hut, providing lunch or dinner for two. You know, if you win that prize, so the opportunity to go across to that beautiful restaurant. I don't know if you guys have been, but it's really, really nice. And so it might be a little expensive, but then you get your money's worth. If you order lobster,
the food tastes good?
Very good.
Okay.
If you order lobster, and I get a small, half a lobster, and I get a whole big lobster. So it's worth it, and it's very, very nice up there. Leeward Islands, hurricane protection. We have LS Studios. We have Casa Palmadita, Rich Sports and Leisure, 18+1, Newman, which we all know. We'll be cooking the food, lunch. Everybody in Newman can cook, even though you run from me, no one challenge me. I have to cook all. It can happen, because you can't run for it for the rest of the day. And we have Big Cane Rum Spirits out of St. Kitts, who are also on board, Antigua and Barbuda Tourism. Then we have Townhouse Megastore providing some stuff, Velvet Touch. I don't know if you guys know Velvet Touch over in Otters. It's a beauty
We have a marketing
place.
machine right there.
Yeah, so you know, they're providing massages, you know, hot stone massage. I don't know if you guys ever had that. It's really good, man. Hot stone massage is awesome.
In Athens.
And I think she might set up at the tournament as well and do free shoulder massages. So then we have Pro Beauty, also offering massages, hot stone massages. Then we have Birchwood University in North Carolina or Maryland. We have Marvin Trucking, AntiguaNice.com, ABS of course, Newsco, Observer, Point FM, Subway, we're providing breakfast for us. Then we have Nicholson's Gin, will be one of our sponsors there, offering free gin samples, and then later on we're selling, and then giving the money back to our charities. If you guys don't like gin, if you try taste one of them gin there, you're gonna start drinking gin afterwards. As I never used to, the first time I drank gin was like my first tour to India. And we're in Ahmedabad, which is a dry state, and it's Christmas. So first tour away from Christmas. Christmas is the best time of year. Christmas come and you're not in a Christmas carol, nothing. And then Pine, I went out and find some gin somewhere. I can't get alcohol to buy anything. So Pine, I get some homemade gin and come back and I had a few gin. Then they used to say gin make you depressed. And I say, the only thing I have a drink. So I drink coffee. Boy, I start crying. You feel sad. So they're really right. Gin make you feel sad. And you drink gin again since. And then since I met these people selling they say, try it sample. And I tried the pink one. And let me tell you, I'm hooking it right now. It's really nice, very smooth.
They want to make you happy?
Eh?
They want to make you
no, you know what? It energized me.
Between Ghana and Richie, who think more populous?
No, I'm not lying, man.
It's tight.
Daddy problem.
No, alcohol is not drugs. And I'm not going to promote, because we have a lot of kids playing, and the charities that we're supporting is all about young people. Bright Minds is a project, is something that we have adopted at Kiwanis Club, where we provide support for kids who are challenged, who have physical challenges, psychological challenges, and we go to schools. Like just a couple of weeks ago, we were at this conference, we gave out prizes and stuff to everybody in second form.
You went to Athens?
Yeah.
No, we got to, no, we've been, no, I'm just saying what happened last week. I'm just saying we did last week, but we've been to schools all over. We've been to schools all over Antigua and churches and stuff like that, looking after the kids.
But I like the name though. Bright Minds. I like that name.
Bright Minds.
Yeah, I like that name.
So it's a good thing. You guys should join us, man. Come on, it's from Antigua. Fusion. We do a lot of charity work, and we're having a Father's Day fete. 15th of June.
Tell everybody. Tell
15th of June. So everywhere you go, mothers with their money. Nobody doing it for fathers.
Yeah.
So we decide, we got to look after the fathers too. The fathers have a role to play. So the 15th of next month, June, at Casa Palmadita from about 3 o'clock, we're gonna have a fete, Father's Day fete. It's gonna be exciting. We have a number of DJs like DJ Nez and a few other guys, popular DJs. Spirited Band, of course, will be performing. And we're going to have a lot of activities, games and stuff like that, where people can go and, families can go and play games, dominoes, whatever. It's just going to be a fun afternoon just to pay respect to the fathers who we disregard every year. So it's all about Father's Day. Kiwanis Club of Antigua Fusion. See, Earl not pay attention, but you have to come.
Me have thing. But then I tell you that you're free band play. You forgot to tell free band play.
You see me telling you all this? That's the last thing to say now. Spirited will be there. Right. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to finish off with the sponsor. We have a company out of New Jersey called Informatic. They will sponsor as well. Paradiso Water supported us over the years with our golf tournament. Sign Pro, Premier Beverages, of course. The Valley Golf Club. Papa Zook's offering dinner for 2, and Papa Zook do the best fishing in the world. And if you guys got
I can vouch to that.
Yeah, man, the best fish in the world.
Yeah,
man,
I was consistent.
Yeah, and then of course we have Caribbean Gems, who are providing a very expensive watch. And then the Indian High Commissioner also providing a very expensive watch. Then we have Beyond the Decor, a local company that do a lot of decorations and do Valentine's Day presentations and that kind of stuff. And of course, iMobile. If you have problem with the eyes, Bumsing can tell you. See the guys see your iMobile, you get that. Byron, very good, very good. So anybody who up there playing golf and we realize they can't see, be sending them. And iMobile look after them. iMobile all the way, iMobile. Of course, talent, comprehensive view of talent, man. So yeah, that's about it for the sponsors. So I just want to reach out to everybody and please come out and support you, even if you don't want to play in the tournament. I mean, it's a fun tournament, and if you can't play golf and you want to play, you still have a chance because there's a handicap system, which means that if Taddy handicap is 100, right? And my handicap is about say 10. So I'll have to give Taddy 90 shots. So that means you have a very good chance of winning. So the high handicap people have a better chance of winning. All right. So please come out, people. Come out and support. Come out and play. And if you don't have the time to play for 4.5 hours, you can play in the non-golfers party competition and give yourself an opportunity to be coached for 6 months.
Tell you what, come back.
I just wanted to tell you, Richie, out of time.
Me say what?
We're streaming the game live today.
Me say what challenge you want to go tell you what a shot.
I want this, we're streaming today. I didn't know being like late.
Yeah.
I don't know lateness. And Avia's going to take the stream. So what can happen? If you get this, we can start to even talk about your sponsors on the show today, on the game today. So I'll leave this here? Yeah,
he got that ready. I don't get that ready.
So can
I got that ready.
I don't know leave this. So, what is good to see you, Richie?
But before I go, that's last comments. Everybody.
Give me the last comments so we'll get out of here.
Yeah, and I also want to say that Quinn, a lot of past players watching, and I said they bring back memories as well, though. Ricky, Quinn, all the guys watching and stuff.
I know about Ricky, man. Ricky has bluffers.
Well, you just say that he bring back memories. He, Quinn, Boom Bam, Gab Williams. Yeah. He said bring back, he bring a lot of memories, you know.
Oh, jelly water.
So, yeah, closing remarks as we go for wrap up.
Yeah, well, for me, always a pleasure being here. Sorry. It's always a pleasure being here. Being with my brother again. Haven't seen him in a long while. He just had the eye will find me not coming back.
I get last. I get last coming down.
Yeah.
Banks, money,
man. Banks, nice seeing you again, man. I wish you all the best. I keep on watching you. Happy to see you when your girls doing the show. I'll be in Antigua, as I said. When I win the tournament weekend, I will tell you when we're coming. All right, buddy?
Okay, let me know.
Yeah, man. Cheers, man.
For sure.
Thanks for having me.
Kerry.
Okay, thanks for having me on your show, Taddy Mandela. So, with that comment, I'll make a commitment, I'll be here every Saturday from now on.
Richie, and Omari, I must tell you, I end up with being co-host in early. He's supposed to be the co-host. When they plan the show, he was supposed to be the co-host.
So what, are you going to publish on
Yeah, so I'll be here, guys. I'll be taking over from Taddy, so you can go and maybe do some stream some cricket.
No, go play golf. Richie, go play some
I'll
golf.
play some golf.
Earl was say something with you, because he has this charity thing.
Yeah.
If we get some capital, we can go live stream the golf next year.
For next year.
We can live stream that, but we get a few more cameras. So we can put in a different hole, you know me, Bunks?
Yeah, man.
We can live stream it for you.
That sounds good.
And you need a camera, you need a drone.
You have on your feet, you
Look, you have a marketing machine right here.
You show Taddy can handle that kind of technology. Technology advance now. You show Taddy can handle that kind of. Anyway, young lady. Yeah, so you know what? You guys are booked for next year, so as a sponsor. So you're my first sponsor for next year, so thank you. Appreciate that.
Again, Richie, closing remarks. Huh?
Yeah, so Bunky, it was good to see you, man. Good to talk to you, and I hope to see you sometime soon. Keep up the great work, man.
Sure.
Keep up the great work,
Thank you.
so all the best. And
Thank
to
you,
everybody
Richie.
here, very good to see you bouncing. My dear lady. Earl, after, I'm a cousin. You want me to name too? Anyhow, let me tell you something, right? No, about that. They should talk all the time. Hold on. So, regular invitation. Yeah. Anyway, maybe another time. My bank Earl Bank, right? And every time I go down to the woods there, about like midday, between 12 and I say, no, but it's between 11 and 1 o'clock. My hours is man to go in a supermarket, and I come with them about some food. So me want to know how come here eat lunch 3 and 4 times a day. All the time. So anyway, they look so fat. He look out. But it's a pleasure being in this program with you people, and I'll be happy to come back another time. Whenever I'm in Antigua. So great program. I love it. I enjoy watching it. So thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, man. Banks.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on this program. Just big up the Boston, big up to Kerry, and big up to Richie. I mean, I was really moved just now when he's opened the comment and talking about the legacy and not doing enough to honor the people of the past. Because I thought it was only in Anguilla that it happened. Because here in Anguilla, me being the first West Indies Test cricketer, I've never been honored officially by our government or any institution, but yeah. So it's really sad that is the case within our region, but we just gotta continue to do what we do, and we continue to give back to the kids and for the future generations, and of course I can see that you're doing that, Richie, and Bronson and Kerry. So thank you, Taddy. Thank you so much for having me, guys, and love and respect, and keep doing the great work.
Yeah, man. Let's close off. You're going to close off. Tell everybody.
It's always great to be in the presence of everyone here on the panel, and we'll see you guys next week as we continue our program.
So Daji. Oh, so here, Daji.
Who?
Daji.
Richie? Who?
Kai. Daji. Yeah. So.
I had to work on the week.
Last we got to carry.
Yeah. Maybe we have to do one.
Guys, weekend.
On behalf of Kerry, give you permission.